Hi everyone, welcome to John Huntsville. This is Sanjana, and in this video, we will be learning about protectionism of industrial economics and foreign trade. So, now what is protectionism? From the word itself, protectionism, it is to protect something. So, to protect whom? To protect the domestic industries. To protect domestic industries. Protect from whom? From the foreign industries, protecting the domestic industries from the foreign industries. By whom? The government. So, the protectionism are the policies taken by the government in order to promote domestic industries. So, trade protectionism is a policy stance that some countries adopt to protect their domestic industries from foreign competition. So now if we are taking into consideration a short time, that is during the short run, this may be good or it can be successful or it can work and all. But if we are taking into long run, if we are taking for a long period of time, then that will be less competitive. Industries will be less competitive in the international level and all. So that might cause certain problems. That is protectionism. Okay, trade protectionism is a measured and purposeful policy by a nation to control imports while promoting exports. It is done in an effort to promote the economy of the nation above all other countries. That is protectionism. Next, what are the different types of protectionism? We have four different types of protectionism like tariffs, quotas, subsidies, and standardization. So the basic idea of protectionism is to protect the, you know, it acts as a shield for the domestic industries. The first one is tariff. Tariff means including tax. So tariff is a tax that is imposed on the imported goods. Suppose we have a country, let us take America. Once India, America's market is India, and America is selling leather clothes. America is selling leather clothes to India. So the Indian customers are very happy with it. They are buying it and they have very high demand. So at that time, the domestic industries, that is those industries in India who are producing leather clothes, they will have less value, right? So why this is done? So at that time, the Indian government will tell, okay, now if you want to sell, if you want to make the trade in India, then you will have to pay tariffs. That is, if the customers will have to buy the product by giving extra money, they will have to pay extra tax for those products which are imported from other countries, so they will have to pay extra. So at that time, what will they do? Okay, so, see, if for a cloth, this is just an example, if the cloth is 50 rupees, when it comes to, see, already since it is made over there, it will have a little bit more values since it is made from some other country, since it is a foreign product. But then along with the tax, I'm telling extra, you have to pay 30 rupees, you have to pay extra. Then what will happen? So the total cost will increase to 80 for that particular cloth. If you want to purchase, if an Indian customer have to purchase that particular cloth, he will have to give 80 rupees. Okay, now at the same time, if the customer is buying a product that is made domestically, uh, that is made in our industry, then he will only have to pay this 50 rupees or 40 rupees. So their 30 rupees is extra. So people will automatically shift or will prefer the domestic industry. So that is the basic idea of tariffs. Okay, that is about tariffs. Now, what is quota? So tariffs is about the tax. Quota is about the volume. So the government will give put restrictions on how much volume they can bring into here. That is, for example, you cannot bring that is from certain countries like Gulf countries and all. They won't be able to bring more gold. They will have a limit. That is, if you are taking, you can't bring more than 10 grams. You can't bear more than 10 grams. So like that, limitations will be given. Limits will be given. That is called quotas. That it is about the volume. Quotas is about the volume. That is also to, so that that particular thing will have more value in our domestically, since they were bought from this. So what people will do, they will get higher quantities of such goods from the foreign countries, they will bring it here and here they will sell. So at that time again foreign trade is happening. So to avoid such situation, quotas is used. Now next one is subsidies. Subsidies is the opposite of tariffs. Okay, now quota is a non-tariff trade barrier. Okay, it's a non-tariff trade barrier. Now coming to subsidies, it is about, so if tariff is tax, subsidy is negative tax. So what is negative tax? It is to help the domestic industrial people. So they will have to pay this much amount less. So it is a subsidies that are negative taxes or tax credits that are given to domestic producers by the government. So they will create a discrepancy between the price faced by consumers and the price faced by the producers. That is, the producers will have to pay this much amount of money to the people, or the producer will get this much amount, will can only sell it for this much amount. So there will be a limitation. It is about the negative tax. So that is subsidies, negative tax. Now what is standardization? Standardization is that when we are looking at an international level, then the people, for example, let us take into consideration in Kochi, in Kerala, in Kochi, there are this leather, not leather, there are bags. Okay, so there are these bags, and if they want to send uh, they sell these at a place in Norway. So they are having premium quality things and all. So they have this quality. It's not about premium quality, they have a standard quality about it. So if any other people, if any other foreign traders wants to sell their leather bags, then what they will have to meet that much standardized level. So that they have to compete at that much level. Only then, if they reach that standardizing level, only then the other customers will be ready to trade for it. So that is about standardization. So there, especially for the, for the traditional people and all, it would be easy for them. So these are the types: tariff, quotas, subsidies, and standardization. These are the types of, sorry, these are the types of protectionism. And now we are coming to advantages and disadvantages. So now what are the advantages? We have lots of advantages. First one is infant industry argument. So what is infant industry? I know the previous videos also have told that is infant industries means the small industries that are being produced in, you know, in the domestic level or in the developing countries and all. It will be very hard for them to compete at a high level because the existing industries will have that much power. They will have all those capital things and all. So these infant industries find it really hard to grow. So at that time, this protectionism will help them. Let it be, whatever it is, the standardization things or subsidies. So all these things will help the infant industries to grow. Okay, so that is promoting the domestic industries. Next one is to protect the customer. So how is it protecting the customer? One of the more a recent phenomenon surrounding protectionism has been the development of protecting the consumer. So it will protect the customer or the consumer. See, because if there is only foreign products in our country, if there is only foreign products, we are forced to buy it. We have to give that extra amount. We are forced to buy. So here, if we are coming, uh, if we are coming to domestic level, then we can buy those things. We'll get it at a lower cost and things like that. Then about national security, it is argued that should a nation become reliant on international import, it also becomes defensively weak. So there's protectionism is also for national security. So why it is told as national security means when international trade happens a lot, they will become a little bit weak. Defensively will become a little bit weak. So to avoid that, protectionism rules are always good. Then we have growth opportunities. So more growth opportunities, that as I've told you, the infant industries and all, it will be easy for them. They can grow easily. So increased growth of industries or growth of opportunities, they'll get more opportunities. Then the import levels, see, when people will when people prefer to buy those things which are domestically produced, automatically the import level will go down. The import level will go down. So lower of imports, and then see, exporting will increase, right? So when exporting increases, what will happen? When exporting increases, more job opportunities will come. So more job opportunities, employment will increase. Okay, now the GDP will also increase. How is GDP being, what is GDP? Gross domestic product. And how is GDP being increased? So protectionist policies are there that will boost the economies. Why? The domestic production will be increased. The domestic production is increased, so we will export more. So the exporting increase. Then when exporting increases, employment opportunities increase. Okay, and when employment opportunities increase, they'll get more income. Okay, so the total income increases, then living standard becomes more, and like that the GDP increases. So these are the 7 advantages of protectionism. Infant industry argument: protect the consumer, national security, more growth opportunity, lower imports, and more jobs and higher GDP. These are about the advantages of protectionism. Now, what are the disadvantages of protectionism? We have a list of a lot of disadvantages. Like the first one is limited choice for consumers. The first one is limited choice for consumers. Why is there limited choice? Because when the exports will increase, okay, but the imports will go down, right? Limited choice for consumers. Okay, the imports will go down, right? So at that time, people there will be less competitions. As I told you, in long run, it is not that good. Protectionism is not good at long run. As I told you before. So at that time, here the domestic industries will be like, okay, we don't have competition, we don't want to put new technologies and things like that will come. So at that time, what will happen? The people are forced to buy those less choice, whatever the domestic level, whatever they are producing, they're forced to buy that. So the choice is being limited. So that is limited choice for consumers. Next one is increase in prices due to lack of competition. Increase in price. The price will increase. Why? Because there is, it is not about monopoly or something, but since it is there at a domestic level, since it's there in a domestic level, people, there will be no competition. So if there is no as I told you before, in international trade advantage, when the competition increases, their products will be available at lowest prices, right? So here there is no competition, so the people, whoever are the producers, can sell it at whatever price they wish to. So the price will be increasing. Then there will be economic isolation. Okay, why economic isolation? I will tell you later. Then stagnation of technological advancement. Okay, economic isolation I'll tell you later. And what is the stagnation of the technological advancements? Since there is no competition, people will be like, okay, why do I have to work more? Because I'm not having any competition. No, there is no competition. So if there is no competition, means they won't advance. They won't use. They'll be in this safe zone. They are in this comfort zone. They don't have to move again. So there's stagnation of technological advancements happen. They are just still, they are not growing over there. So there is no technological advancements over there. So that is another disadvantage. Then, okay, as I told you, the prices will increase. We have less choice, and the fifth one is economic loss. So when all these happen, there will be economic loss. See, this is in the long run time. Okay, the protectionist policies impose an additional cost and loss on all parties. First of all, domestic consumers may pay higher. Okay, so the domestic consumers will have to pay higher price for goods, and at the same time, importers face a decline in demand. So their international jobs and all will be in problem. So that time, economic loss will come. Now, economic isolation means it will lead to cultural and political isolation. So that will cause the economic isolation because of the stagnation of technological advancement and all. Economic isolation will also happen. So these are the disadvantages of protectionism. So we have learned what protectionism is, the advantages and disadvantages of protectionism. Bye bye. Thank you.